Hey guys, so today I'm going to answer the most popular question I've had. And I've actually answered it, but in a video previously. Um, what I do for a living. So after you see this and you have more questions, please leave them down below. Maybe I can make some more videos about it. But I'm going to share with you why I don't share it very much, okay? And we'll just get into it. So, I'm a screen printer. Me and my wife run a small promotional products company, but our main focus is screen printing t-shirts, and I have a machine very similar to what you see on your screen. And it's all done manually by hand. I've been doing it for about 10 years now. We used to have a really big shop, well, not really big, but we had about a 2,000 square foot shop, had automated machinery, all this stuff, and some personal things went on with my wife and her family, and there was just some circumstances where we had to downsize, and it was just best to work from home. So this is what I got, and this is what I do in my garage a couple times a week. I'm not very busy because I work from home. I don't take on very many clients. I have a good 20 or so that have been with me for many years. And some are, once or twice a year. Some are 5 or 6 times a year customers. Some are 20 times a year customers. So, I kind of like that because I got a relationship with these people, so it makes it easy, from working from home. So that's what I do. And promotional products, I also sell banners, business cards, pens, anything with an imprint on it. I can sell. I don't do any of that stuff in-house. That is something that I think other people can get into. I think that's a viable business to work from home. And that's what I talk about when I say part of my business I can do on the road when I'm traveling, and all I need is an internet connection. And I can generate income from selling those types of products because I don't handle any of the production of those products. I'm just the broker / art guy. Now, I'm not an artist. I couldn't draw you a stick figure, but I could put together simple logos. That's mainly what I print as far as screen printing is concerned. I do company logos, family reunions, baseball, softball tournament type things. Very simple designs. That's where the bread and butter is in the industry. A lot of people think it's all fancy and screen printing and blah blah blah. It's not. It's just very boring. 1 to 2 color prints of a Joe's Landscaping and on the back and on the front. It's pretty boring, but that's what pays the bills. And I don't like to I learned how to do this all on YouTube. But what I found out is that YouTube promotes this industry as very easy and untechnical. But the problem is the process of actually printing a t-shirt is very technical. And the reason why I don't promote it is because what works, this is the type of industry, is what works for me probably won't work for you. Okay? We're dealing with liquid inks, right? and there's different environments, humidities, weather, temperatures, etc., all the way around this country, and those liquid inks react differently. Um, Manually screen printing as well. We're all different people, so you can't teach muscle memory. Um, a lot of times, what works today will be different tomorrow, depending on weather changing, and it's also dependent upon your energy level. I might have just woke up 30 minutes ago and I'm just like blah, and I'm not going to be able to print shirts as efficiently or correctly as they should be, if I waited, when I get into it and get my energy up and get going. Like, for instance, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures here of what I mean by it's very technical. And right here, okay? So this is what I do. Now, first thing, one thing that is very wrong is the way she's holding it. You see how that gap is? Her fingers would be killing her after about, I'm assuming that's a her, but her fingers would be killing her after a while because she doesn't have a good grip on the squeegee. But it won't let me zoom in very well. But you see the angle that she's printing while she's pushing that ink through this stencil, okay? And this angle and the pressure that she applies while she's moving that squeegee across the screen determines how that ink transfers from the screen through the stencil onto the shirt, okay? Now, I'm going to show you another one. And just remember this squeegee angle, right? Let's look at this guy. See how much of a harder angle he has on that compared to this? This is a little bit more straight up and down. This is really laid down. Now, here's the thing. Neither one are correct and neither one are wrong. It really just depends. So it's kind of you got to do it to know it, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly on whether you need to be doing it like this, whether you need to be doing it like that. Do you need to apply 25 pounds of pressure, or do you need to apply 30 pounds of pressure? And you can't teach that. At least I don't believe you can teach that. Even after 10 years of me doing it, you still got to figure out from job to job what's going to work in that particular situation. It's not cut and dry. There's no standard operating procedure when it comes to doing this. Like they say, there's many ways to skin a cat. There's hundreds of different methods and ways to print a t-shirt, even though we all use the same products, the same tools, the same screens, the same t-shirts. There's always variables, and you can't teach it. And so that's why I don't like to promote it and like it's the thing to do, because a lot of people won't get it. It's kind of like what I said the other day where, if something doesn't work in this process, right, a lot of people will get frustrated and change 10 things. Well, you don't know what worked and what didn't. You have to change one thing at a time, okay? Oops, sorry. Maybe her angle's not right. Maybe she needs to adjust it 5 degrees and see how that worked out. Maybe did the ink transfer better? Maybe she needs to add 5 pounds more of pressure. Did that work better? So that's why I don't, and a lot of times a lot of people get on YouTube and promote screen printing as a great business to get into because it has a low cost of entry. Excuse me. For a full-on shop like mine, you can probably, with good equipment, you can probably get into this for around 10 grand. But you know, the barrier, the cost of entry is low, but the learning curve is extremely high. And what ends up happening is a lot of these new guys that come out, they'll get in because the cost of entry is low, but they can't print very well, so they go after pricing. So now you're undercutting people like myself, and trying to sell shirts as cheap as possible, just so you can get your volume together, volume up, and you end up screwing yourself, because then you end up making, $12 an hour on a job that this is hard. This is hard work. It's not easy to do, and then they end up giving up, and you end up with screen printing equipment on Craigslist. That's kind of how it goes. And then the customers that left me to go to them, they come back to me and go, "Hey, can you print my shirts?" I go, "Well, what happened to other dude?" "Well, he's out of business. Can you match his pricing?" I'm like, "No." There's a reason why he's out of business, and it's because he didn't charge correctly. So no, I can't match his pricing. So that's why I don't promote it, because it's a very easy industry to get into, very tough industry to learn. So if you have any other questions about me, please leave them down below, and we will talk to you later. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.